Are you considering joining a family company? In this series, we're going to cover the top 5 reasons why you should consider joining one, and also the top 5 reasons not to, the top 5 red flags that you want to pay attention to when considering joining a family company. First, the top 5 reasons why. Number 1, long-term orientation. Families have a tendency to think in the big picture long-term, particularly when we are a multi-generational family company, and the ownership of the business is thinking about decades from now when their grandkids are going to join the organization. This takes stress off of tweaking financial metrics to ensure quarterly profitability and thinks about the big picture and where the business is going. Number 2 is a values-driven culture. The best family companies have a strong moral compass about how they're organizing their business that drives beyond financial metrics and thinks about the communities and the environment and the care for their people. They have a strong focus on trust, loyalty, and stewardship, which could foster a purpose-driven and cohesive environment. Number 3 is access to decision makers. In many cases, family organizations are flat and have fewer bureaucratic layers than large multinational conglomerates. This allows executives joining family companies to have direct access to decision makers in the business. This includes the family, the owners, and the board of directors. Number 4 is the opportunity to coach and mentor. With multi-generational family companies, there are up-and-comers in the business, and the family is loyal to them. This isn't just family members themselves, but employees that the family has hired that the ownership seeks to foster and grow into future stewards and executives of the business. By joining a family company, you have the opportunity to have a big impact, not just on the performance of the business, but in cultivating the next generation of leadership. And number 5, strong community and loyalty. We cannot underscore this enough. Family companies have a strong tendency to have deep care for their people and a commitment to the communities that they build around their business. Here are the top 5 reasons to not join a family company. These are the red flags that you should be aware of and pay attention to before signing on a dotted line and making a commitment to an organization that might fail in its capacity to support you. Number 1, ambiguity around authority. There can be a big focus on background and qualifications and strategy, but it's important to understand what types of decisions an executive can make autonomously versus what types of decisions require being rubber stamped by the family. Number 2 is limited upward mobility. In some cases, families view being a member of the family as a qualification for executive leadership. If this is the case, that if you aspire to be a CEO or other C-suite position in a family company, those positions may only be available to family members. And it's important to understand if that's how the family in question is running their business. Number 3 is resistance to change. In many cases, families really focus on a care for their community, and as a result of that, they keep long-term executives that can be entrenched in the way that they've managed their business for years. If you're being hired as a change manager to pivot the business into new directions, and you see long-tenured executives, it's worth exploring whether or not the business truly has the capacity to make the changes that they're hiring you to bring on board. Number 4, inadequate governance. In some family companies, there can be poorly defined lines on what differs between family, ownership, and business. When these things get blurred, decisions can be blurred, and it can make the executive's role difficult when understanding how to effectively make decisions for the business. Number 5 is conflict. Conflict in a family enterprise is distinct from other types of conflict in non-family businesses. The nature of family changes the nature of conflict, and the behaviors of family members can seem irrational as decisions might not necessarily align with standard business thinking. As you are looking at a family company, consider the stakeholders in the business and whether or not they are aligned with the decisions for the business in the future. Family companies have an excellent value proposition in the talent marketplace, but they need to be effective storytellers that entice people in the market to join their organization and feel like there's a true opportunity for their career in a family company. That said, when families go into the talent market, they can oftentimes muddle their message and not thoroughly think through what bringing on a non-family executive is going to mean for their current organization and family members running the company. It's important to consider the red flags we've listed in these videos: ambiguity, limited upward mobility, resistance to change, inadequate governance, and conflict, and whether or not any of those 5 flags exist within a family company and how to mitigate those risks before bringing non-family people on board. At Strandberg, our process looks not only at the strategy of the organization and what qualifications are going to be needed from new executives to achieve that strategy. We're also looking at the unique nature of family enterprise, the unique risks that they face when bringing on non-family executives, and how to navigate around those things to ensure the greatest likelihood of success when bringing new people on board.